这边可以吗？
好。可以播了，报一声。Hello everyone, welcome to today's live stream bringing you by China Plus and CRI Learn Chinese. First and foremost, please let me know whether you can hear me clearly, because as you can see, we're now in this very vast grassland here in Xinjiang. This is Huang Yue. I'm joined by Una and Niu behind the camera, sending greetings from northwestern part of China. We are now in Nalati grassland, and this is really one of the most popular tourist destinations here in Xinjiang. And as you can see, now we have a very beautiful, elegant Kazakh lady cowing the milk right now. Let's take a closer look.
Audio is clear.
All right, we have. Let me check who are with us with our live streams here. You can catch our live streams on China Plus America, China Plus South Africa, China Plus News, as well as CRI Learn Chinese. All right, we have James says, "Holy cow! Yes, this Kazakh lady is cowing milk now." And we have Rob says, "Hello, hello from Xinjiang. How are you today?" And we have Jessie says, "Ni." And Niu, ni hao, Jessie. Thank you for staying with us today. We are now in Nalati grassland. It is one of the most popular tourist destinations here in Xinjiang in northwest China. And it is the subalpine meadow of the Gongnai grassland that is one of the most famous grasslands in the world. And Nalati grasslands covers an area of about 1,800 square kilometers. And it's about 2,200 meters above sea level in average. And let's talk to this Kazakh lady. 姐姐你好，姐姐你好，你自我介绍一下吧，姐姐，你叫什么名字？
我叫古丽贾子拉。
叫古丽，我们可以叫您古丽吗，姐姐？
贾子拉。
就叫您古丽可以吗？名字太长了。So we can just call this elegant Kazakh lady Guli. So she shares the same name with the Uyghur lady we met in Karamay. And 姐姐想问一下，挤牛奶的话，大概是多长时间挤一次呀？
一个牛吗？
多长时间
？15分。
15分钟。So she will come here to cow the milk every 15 minutes. 是每个月都是这样吗？因为刚刚您跟我们说挤马奶还是要分月份的，那挤牛奶有没有这个季节的这个区分呢？有没有就是刚刚您不是说挤马奶的话，就是6月份、7月份、8月份、9月份都是不一样的吗？
不一样。
那挤牛奶呢？
挤牛奶嘛，15分钟。这个马奶，2分钟、1分钟。2分钟
啊，您是说挤一桶牛奶需要15分钟是吗？So it takes you 15 minutes to get such a bottle of milk. 阿姨，姐姐，我可以试一下吗？我可以试。So she allows me to try, and this is once in a lifetime experience because I've never done this before. 有没有什么技巧啊？姐姐教教我吧。他会踢我吗？
不踢，
他不会踢我哈。哦，就是这样。哦，
打疼吧。
不行啊。哦，so it actually 不行，我不会。
几秒嘛？
要用力吗？你帮帮我吧。
这个呀。
需要沾一点。就
2个手。
Okay. So firstly, you have to get your hands a little bit wet. So you can do this
对。
with both of your 不行啊，不行。So you can do this with both of your hands. 不行。
这个样子。
So as you can see, this work is not an easy task, and you do need a lot of experience to practice this. So she's really good at this. 那这个我想问一下，这边一共是3头奶牛，都是您家的吗？一共都是您家的。那这些牛奶咱们基本上每天能挤到多少啊？几桶？每天能有几桶？
每天。早上。早上那个5个挤奶，30多有。
30多桶啊
！5个牛。
5个牛。So you can actually get 5 buckets of milk in every morning. 那这些5桶牛奶的话，全部是自己家人喝呢，还是说也会用来招待客人？
那个水有出来，那个还有那个鸡油的嘛，那边。水有出来，酸奶出来这个。
酸奶，就做成牛奶的制品，或者是做成酸奶，也可以做酸奶疙瘩，是吗？
对。
So you can actually, so as you can tell that milk is
牛奶那个酸奶，
做成酸奶疙瘩哈，
奶疙瘩，那个水油、奶油出来。
酥油也是可以做成。So you can tell that milk is really important to Kazakh people here, and she told me that every morning they can actually get a total of 30 buckets of milk from all these 5 cows. And let's keep walking, and let me check who are with us today. Let me check your comments. If you do love our live stream, please make sure you leave us as many comments as possible. And alright, so just now, as you can see, I'm not really good at this, so you really need a lot of experience to do this work. And the lady you just met is actually the member of the Kazakh ethnic minority group here in China. And to be more specific, actually this grassland, Nalati grassland, is home to Kazakh ethnic minorities here in Xinjiang. We know that Kazakh is actually the dominant ethnic group in Kazakhstan, accounting for 65% of its total population. While here in China, we also have Kazakh ethnic group, and they mainly live in Xinjiang. Well, let me check your comments to see who are with us. We have alright, since Jessie says a little Niu. Yes, that's a little cow we're just seeing, and now that you are looking at the Kazakh women who are doing embroideries. It's also one of the traditional skills that they master in their daily life. Let's take a closer look. So while you are enjoying this beautiful girl's skills of embroidery, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the Nalati grassland. Here you can enjoy the pine forests, hills and meadows, and all the beautiful sceneries. And most importantly, it's home to the Kazakh ethnic group here in Xinjiang. And this beautiful girl, she's also wearing the traditional Kazakh costume, and you can see from her hats and from her dress, they're with the embroideries that she's doing right now. And Kazakhs, in China, Kazakh people mostly live in northern part of Xinjiang and in the Tian Shan Mountains. According to the 6th National Census in 2010, the total population of Kazakh ethnic group in China is over 1.4 million. So, and other Kazakh people in the world, they mainly live in Russia, Mongolia, and Uzbekistan. People, they might want to move to work and study around the rest of China in big cities, but there are still some of them who choose to stay in the grassland where are their home. And in the past, in Xinjiang, Kazakh people would like to share the grassland, share the region of Xinjiang with Uyghur people, who are the largest ethnic group here. Let's talk to this lady to know a little bit more about her skill. 姐姐你好，可以问一下你现在绣的这个是一个什么吗？
这是我绣的丝绣嘛？
对，这是一个毯子吗？还是一个
褥子？这个
就像被子一样的是吗？
对，就是这个表面。
So, this what she is embroidering right now is actually the same with this you are looking at. 想问一下，您学这个有多长时间了？
这个是我们懂事开始就可以学这个。
懂事开始，
我妈妈就可以教我们这些。因为我们学完了这些以后，我们要开始做我们的嫁妆。
So she told me that since she was young, her mother would teach her to embroider, and as she grows up, she will actually embroider her own wedding dress for herself. 那咱们这个帽子，咱们的这个帽子上的图案，还有这个衣服上的图案，也是会自己绣吗？
对的，有些就是它衣服的里绣，还有袖子上面，还有比如说长袖的，像这种。
裙子上
对
是吗？
会有这些刺绣。
So they can actually embroider their own hats, color dresses, and so on. 那想问一下，就是这个技艺的话，就是一代一代传承下去的是吗？
是的。
So this traditional skill is actually passed from generation to generation. And I know that in the past, many women in China, as well as in many other parts of the world, they do master the skill of embroidery. And this is kind of like the skill that they must learn in their life. But with the development of the society, women's status has been improved, and these days they would like to embroider on these beautiful clothes, and then they make this a business. They can earn a life with this skill. All right. Let me check your comments here. Just now we've watched the life of Kazakh people here in Alati grassland in Xinjiang. It is one of the 4 largest grasslands in the world, and it covers an area of over 1,800 square kilometers, and it has an altitude of over 2,000 in average meters above sea level. Well, we have Kenny says hi, hello Kenny, and Gwen says ew, why are you ewing? And Kenny says drinking of the milk is the fun part. In the past I thought that you can actually drink the milk directly that you just got, but I then learned from the experience and learned from I learned from Una, and she told me that it's not a good way. You actually have to, boil the milk and to disinfect such kind of milk, and then you can actually drink it. And yeah, Rob says probably not a good idea to drink the milk straight from the udder. Rob, you are right, and Una told me so. And also we have and we are doing this live stream simultaneously on China Plus America, China Plus South Africa, China Plus News, and CRI Learn Chinese. So let me check who are with us on our CRI Learn Chinese page. So if you followed our live stream, you would know that we have already spent about 2 weeks traveling across Xinjiang from northern part to the southern part, and today we have arrived at another very beautiful stop. This place is called Nalati Grassland, and here is home to the Kazakh ethnic group in China. And you can find different Kazakh people here doing their daily activities, and here we find three beautiful ladies making very special kind of dessert, I suppose. 姐姐您好，可以跟我们讲一下这个是什么呀？
奶疙瘩，
酸奶疙瘩，酸奶疙瘩。
酸奶疙瘩。
So in Mandarin Chinese, it's called yogurt geda. I'm not sure whether you have this concept of geda. If you would like to translate directly, it's kind of like a lump. But 就是我们直接可以为什么的那种球，就是当做甜点。
牛奶挤出来以后，用这个机子把奶油的奶油成分和牛奶
分开来。
分开以后，我们还要锅里面把牛奶熬出来。熬出来以后，把我们的这个就是我们的发酵粉。
发酵的粉。
然后把它发酵到一下午以后，它就剩酸奶了嘛。酸奶以后，把它的水分就像那个袋子里面一样，晾干以后，我们就用对点咸盐，像和面一样和完以后，我们就做。为啥做这么大？因为我们晒干到5天7天1个星期晒干以后，它们慢慢把它的水分蒸发掉以后，它就小小的了。
所以说其实现在这么大，但是就晒完了之后已经是一个很小的了。So the lady just told me that when they got the milk, they will put the milk into this kind of machine, this equipment, and then they will split the oil and the milk itself, and then they get this kind of powder here. So they are making it into 我可以拿吗？ Okay. Oh, it's a little bit sticky. 好，谢谢。我一会儿可以跟您学着做一个吗？可以。So you can get this 酸奶疙瘩 yogurt kind of dessert, and as you see, it's in this kind of size. But after 咱们要晒成小的话，要多长时间？
如果是像这么小的话，就是给小孩弄的话，就是3天就晒干了。
3天晒干。
早上和晚上这把风大，然后风大的时候就是3天5天。像这样的大的，我们1个星期。
So after you put them under the sun for about a week, then you will get the final product of this yogurt dessert. 那您可以教我做一个吗？这个是放在这里就可以是吧？可以。好 ，So I'm going to learn from the lady to make this my own yogurt. And actually, I do have interesting. 好，
轻轻的这样捏。不停的这样
转，
轻动作就是这样，不停的这样转。这个手也是捏，这个手是转，这样子。
这个样子。
Actually, Wuna and Nyo and I myself, we tried this kind of snack, I'd like to say, in Yining, right? In Yining, and we tried this because we heard from a very famous Chinese actress called Zili Reba, and she's actually a Uyghur from Xinjiang. She loves this kind of snack very much, and Wuna says after hearing about her story, she really wants to. 我这样是还没有完成是吗？
差不多，
还要再扎实一点，对不对？
这样压也2个手也是，它这个就融合到一块了嘛。
Okay. So after hearing about her story, she really wants to try this kind of snack, even though people told her that we might not get accustomed to the flavor of this kind of snack. But who knows? We really want to try, so we bought a bag of yogurt, this kind of yogurt snack before, and then Una didn't like it at all.
Just try one.
Half of I think you just tried half of that little ball, yogurt ball, right? 这样子可以吗？可以了哈。那我可以从头再拿一个这个。
可以。
哦。And actually, you can smell the. 为什么我这个这么小呢？这样子。
这样子。
You can you should you shouldn't push it too hard. You shouldn't push it too hard. 哦，有苍蝇。 所以这个酸奶疙瘩算是咱们这个传统的这个食品哈，
奶制品，
传统的奶制品，大家就是相当于从小就吃这个。
从小就是吃这个，然后我们哈萨克族转场的时候，特别是冬天的时候，这个吃的话就是冬天的一种饮食，然后这是，而且这个是血压高、血脂高的人，这个放到口袋里面吃的话，
也会很好。
药物质，好，天然的嘛。
那你们会加糖吗？
加糖
也可以加糖。它这个现在根据以前是光做那个啥咸盐合作呢，现在的时候嘛，根据这个。我们各种果浆，山上的各种果子做出来各种颜色的。
So actually, Julie, you don't really have to add sugar into this yogurt dessert, but you know, with the development of tourism in the grasslands, some travelers like some outsiders like us, we don't get accustomed to the flavor of its genuine flavor of this yogurt snack. So local Kazakh ladies, they will add some sugar into it so that people can enjoy them much more than its original flavor. 哎，那我这个是又可以了是吧？
成功了，可以。
谢谢。
把这个晒干一下。
晒干了啊。So then， 谢谢。Oh, let me clean my hands. Oh, it's quite cold actually. Alright, after you get all these little tiny lumps, you put them under the sun to dry them for about a week.这个就是晒干的啊。
你看刚才做的那么大，它晒干以后就是这么大了，所以我们做的时候就
So when you first
颜色就都不一样。
Right, so you can see the difference between the two. When it first was made, it's kind of soft. It's really soft, and after 就是一个星期差不多。So after 1 week dry under the sun, you get this very hard, tiny little yogurt dessert here. 那这个这么硬，我们怎么吃呢？就直接咬就可以了，这个就是直接可以吃的了，是吗？啊 ，so you can actually eat it directly. 谢谢，还要继续晒吧，这个。好。All right. So any other we can find here on the grassland, and take a look over there. So that's also another very typical costume of Kazakh people here in the Nalati grasslands. This lady, she's actually heating the wools. 姐姐，我们为什么要打这个羊毛啊？姐姐，我们为什么要打这个羊毛呢？为什么要打这个羊毛？
这个羊毛嘛，你看这个草原上面哈萨克毡房毡子，里面的毡子，全部是弄羊毛做的嘛。
So all of their ears you were looking at on this grassland, they are all made from wools like this.
把羊毛剪完了以后拿过来，把它水里面熬完了以后，把它消毒以后，然后把它就这样打的感觉，里面的把那些东西打的蓬松以后。
So when you get the wools, you put them on the leather over here, and you keep heating them to make them dry, and then you can actually make them into different like pillows and every daily necessities that they need to use.
这个草原上面没有那个啥棉花嘛？
没有棉花。So they
然后
don't
这个
have
天气特别冷
cottons on the grassland.
羊毛暖和。
So Kazakh people use wools to keep themselves warm.
对。
那我们可以进去这个毡房看看吗？
可以。
好。So let's follow this Kazakh man to get into their yurt.
上面你先坐好，然后给你介绍。
Alright, let's wait for Wuna to follow us. 就坐在这里就可以了，是吗？
可以了。完了。
是跪着坐还是就盘腿坐就可以了？直接这样做就可以了啊。那您给我们介绍一下，感觉桌上的这些非常的丰盛。
可以。 拿一些，
就从这儿开始吧。这个是，
拿出这是叫我们哈萨。
可以了，是吗？And sorry for the interruptions, and we are back. You're watching live stream bringing you by China Plus America, China Plus News, China Plus South Africa, and CRI Learn Chinese. This is Huang Yue, and I have Una and Niu Niu behind the camera sending you greetings from Xinjiang. Today we are in we're in Nalati grassland. It's one of the most popular tourist destinations here in Xinjiang, and it's home to Kazakh ethnic group here in China. And now we have entered actually their home, and this is the yurt of the Kazakh people. And as you can see on this long table, there are different kinds of traditional Kazakh snacks, and let's see what they are. 那刚刚您说这个就是这个波尔萨克是吧？ So this is one of the traditional Kazakh snack called borsaka in their language. It's 面粉油炸的，是不是？牛奶。
羊油各种各样东西加的。
You put flours and milk and oil and sugar and salt into, and then you fried it into this kind of shape. 可以尝一下吗？It's not actually oily, so it tastes good actually. So if you come here, you should definitely try this. And we have 为什么？哎，我看到这个桌上有很多的这种油炸的这种小零食、小食品，这是为什么？是因为咱们比如说转场的时候天气寒冷，吃一点这种油炸的会更容易有饱腹感。So as you know that Kazakh people, they're living in a nomadic lifestyle. When they have to travel to up to the mountains, it can be really, really cold, and so they can actually eat some of these fried snacks to keep themselves warm. 那这个是刚烤出来的馕，对不对？
塔巴馕。
就是是什么馕？塔巴馕。塔巴馕。哦 So actually, when we were visiting the Uyghur families, they also have such kind of naan, or let's say Xinjiang style bread. And Kazakh people, they also do have this kind of. 那这个的话这是刚烤出来的，不好意思，可以，现在还是热的。So you have such big size of this bread, this naan, and it's even bigger than my face. And if you carry this one, you won't be hungry when you have to work outside on the grassland. As you can see, Nalati grasslands is really, really vast. 这是会有一点咸的，是吗？ It's a little bit salty. And here we see there are also drinks. 那这个是什么？是牛奶吗？You might think this is the cow milk, but actually it's not. It's mare milk or horse milk. 这到底是牛奶还是牛奶酒啊？马奶酒？没有酒哈啊，没有酒。OK. So this is 不用太多啊。So this is actually the horse milk or mare milk. You can take a closer look. I never tried mare milk before. This is the first time for me to try this. And I have to say, it smells really different from the cow milk we usually drink in our daily life. It's a little bit like, I can smell a little bit like alcohol from this bowl of mare milk. 尝一口，会醉吗？我感觉有一点酒精。大口喝可以。And this Kazakh man told me that I have to, bottom up. It's kind of 这是咱们的一种礼节，喝啤酒一样啊。So you drink the beer. 是酸的。It's really, really sour. Oh, and it's 这是从冰箱里拿出来，还是说它就是这个？
不是冰箱里面，
但是它确实非常的凉爽，非常的凉。
天气凉嘛？
天气凉。
这个的东西养胃的。
I have to admit, I'm not quite used to the flavor of mare milk. But if you travel here you can actually try this. I think you won't be disappointed. 那这个是什么呢？
这个是牛奶。
啊，这是牛奶。
奶茶的。
哦 this is actually milk tea， 是咸的牛奶，对不对？
不是咸的牛奶，就是
咸的奶茶。
新鲜的牛奶，然后
新鲜的牛奶。
奶茶是线上兑的，我给你兑一盘。
哦，这个就是牛奶啊。哦 this is actually the cow milk. It looks really different. 为什么颜色有一点发黄啊？
那个是奶皮子。
奶皮子，因为是新鲜的。
啊。刚刚熬出来的，然后就是奶皮子。
真正的奶就是这样子。So you can tell from the color it's a little bit yellow. It's quite different from. 这是放点糖是吗？盐。So she's now adding salt into the bowl, and then you get some milk. 红茶 black tea. Then you 就是热水，开水hot water. So then you get a bowl of milk tea. So this is actually a kind of milk tea that is really different from what we drink in inland areas here in China. Because nowadays, Chinese young people, especially young people, they love to drink milk tea. You can tell from all the emerging milk tea shops in inland Chinese cities across the whole country. But here on the grassland, the milk tea is quite different because it's salty. Usually the milk tea we drink is sweet. I'm going to try this. 需要尝一下。是咸的。好，谢谢。好了，谢谢。All right, so.
我找
Öğlen ayda pişmese kımız degen sinbeydir. Buranı ekemeyi.
Alright, let's get out of the yurt so that we can have better. 谢谢，拜拜。拜拜。So let's get out of the yurt so that we can have better internet signals. Just now, you have see the yurts actually lived by Kazakh people, and as you know, Kazakhs were traditionally nomadic. Their custom was to go up into the mountains to graze their livestock in the summer, and then they come down in the fall when it's cold. During winter, they sheltered in the lowlands. Alright, what do you think of the snacks and drinks we just showed you in the yurt? Right, so let's keep walking to take a closer look at all those horses on the grassland. And so this is a trip full of horses, I have to say, because yesterday Niu did a live stream showing you the Tianma Yuhe, all the horses bathing themselves in the river. If you missed the live stream yesterday, you should absolutely watch the playback of that live stream, because there we had a very fantastic performance for you. All right. Just now we said that Kazakhs were traditionally nomadic. Their custom was to go up to mountains to graze their livestock in the summer, and then they come down in fall when it's cold. So for this kind of a lifestyle, they lived in filthy yurts we just see, and those yurts are warm enough in Xinjiang in the freezing winters and light enough to transport, actually. All right, let me check your comments here. Jessie says they look amazing, would enjoy to try them all the snacks, all the Kazakh style snacks. And Jessie says amazing hospitality from everyone in China. Thank you, Jessie. And Kazakh people are also famous for their hospitality. If you travel to Nalati grassland, it might be a little bit hard for you to find hotels, but you can actually spend 1 or 2 nights in there, staying in their yurts, and you can try all of their food and you can learn some of their customs. Oh, Kenny says the people live very similar lifestyle of Mongolian. The meals are very similar. Yes, they have very similar yurts, similar milk, similar costume, because after all, they are all nomadic. They are all living a nomadic lifestyle. And Kenny asked, are tourists able to stay under one of the tents and share a meal with a family? Absolutely, of course, they will welcome you with their best banquet, their snacks, and they would like to welcome you into their yurts. And we have, let me check our comments on our Learn Chinese page. All right, thank you, Niu Niu. Rival Broker says, how do you say embroidery? Embroidery in Chinese, in Mandarin, it's 刺绣 embroidery. And yurt, 毡房 horse 马有很多的马，草原上有很多的马 horse and 草原 grassland. This is Nalati grassland， 这是那拉提草原也被称空中草原 or you can say Nalati grassland. It's also famous for its another name is sky grassland. 梅麦克 says 能啊，我爱奶茶和它们真好吃。I believe you're saying that you love milk tea and they are really delicious. So you can say 我爱喝奶茶，它们真好喝。And Rivals ask, where exactly is this place? This place is called Nalati grassland. It's located in Xinjiang in northwestern part of China. And we have Hansen says 盐 salt. Yes, 盐 salt. And 酸 and 牛奶. All right. So we have already got all the comments on our CRI Learn Chinese page. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to leave your comments to us. And thank you, Niu Niu. Alright, just now we've showed you the yurt that Kazakh people live in, and the yurt design has a long history. Oh, take a look at that Kazakh man. Like so many people we met in Xinjiang, they are really good at riding a horse. Ooh. What are they? Oh, is that a horse playing with a dog? 牧马犬.
I don't think so.
We have 牧羊犬. So Kazakh people, they're really good at riding the horse. And just now we introduced the yurt and the. So we have the lady here again. She's going to milk the horses, I believe. So the lady's trying to call her horses all together so that she can milk them.
The white one.
The white one? Oh. All the horses here belong to that lady, and she told me before that she milked the horses every 2 hours in September.
Oh, 白放
You know, due to the Kazakh people's pastoral livelihood, the traditional diet contains lots of meat such as beef, mutton, and horse meat. They love cream, ghee, milk tofu, and butter. They like to make wheat flour into fried pastries, pancakes like what we saw just now. Shall we go closer to them, or will the horses get angry? Oh, 它为什么要绑一个这个？
顶着马。
So this is the lady we met before. As you can see, she's really hardworking. She has to do all the works on the grassland for her family.
Where is the man? She power.
All right, let's take a close. Though they will start from the white horse over there. Let's take a closer look because I've never seen people milk the horses before. Okay, you shouldn't stand on the back of a horse because that will make them angry and that would be a little bit dangerous for you. Oh, 看得到吗？ The little horse is now drinking milk from its mom. Oh, how lovely.
Poor.
Actually, for Kazakh people, they like to drink cow milk and sheep milk, and especially horse milk, or 马奶 we say in Chinese, in Mandarin. Horse milk. Actually, the horse milk I tried is really sour, I have to admit, because I've never tried that before. And actually, when you make the horse milk, you have to ferment it first. That's why it tastes sour. And also, Kazakh people drink tea. Brick tea is their favorite kind, and milk and salt might be added to make milk tea. Just now we tried their milk tea. It's salty and it's quite different from the milk tea we drink in Beijing or Shanghai and other inland cities, Chinese cities. And actually, this is quite an interesting phenomenon, I have to say, because these days people, especially Chinese people, they always fight for the flavor of different things. You know, different people living in different areas of China, they always fight for the flavor of food. For example, during the Dragon Boat Festival, people eat rice dumplings, right? If you know this kind of tradition. And in China, people live in different areas. They will fight for the flavor of rice dumplings. People live in southern part of China, like me. We love to eat sweet flavor of rice dumplings, but people live in northern part of China. They love to eat salty flavor of rice dumplings. It's just like the milk tea we just tried. In northern part of China, especially Inner Mongolia or in Xinjiang, in Gansu, people drink salty milk tea, but in other areas, like in southern part of China, people drink sweet flavor of milk tea. And also, if the Kazakh people, they receive special guests, distinguished guests, they have special celebrations for those honored guests. They like to serve mutton and especially horse meat. And their custom is to bring out pots and wash basins for the guests to wash before the meal. And then they put trays before the guests with sheep heads and prime sections of meat. After that, all the people start eating. And when they finish, people customarily put their hands on the face to pray. And this is really a beautiful picture, actually. The lady milking the horse. And as you can see, they are wearing very beautiful, their traditional costume. They like to wear silk and satin for special occasions. And Kazakh men wear white shirts with high collars and embroidered edges and black overcoats with velvet surfaces. And for riding convenience, they prefer trousers with a big crotch and knee-high cowhide boots. And their caps are made of animal skin. But women, they wear colorful one-piece dresses and waistcoats, just like the lady we're looking at right now. The common dress fabrics include fur, silk, satin, velvet, and cotton, and feathers. And their flower patterned caps are actually decorated with bird feathers. Shall we follow them? Okay. So you shouldn't get too close to the horses, otherwise they will be angry at you. So if you do visit this place and if you do want to get a closer look at these horses, make sure that you you keep a distance with them and don't stand on the back of the horse. Kenny says, I don't think it's a good idea to do arm wrestling with these local ladies. I'm not sure whether they can do arm wrestling. I'll ask them later. I think they're quite nice and gentle. Jessie says, quite the hardworking sister. Yes, 勤劳的, we can say 勤劳的 in Chinese. Kenny says, and those snowy mountains. Yes, you know what? In Nalati grassland, you can actually witness the snow mountains every day in a year. The whole year round, you can witness the snow cap of the mountains. Will says, why you don't have masks? Because here in China, we have already won the battle against the COVID-19 pandemic, and people's lives are gradually returning to normal. So we don't have to wear the masks anymore. But thank you for asking, and we also have the best wishes for you if you are still staying in the country that are faced with the problem of the outbreak. Please stay safe and don't go to crowded places. People must really feel the sun since they live so far above sea level. Yes, actually, in the grassland, you don't really have the place for you to hide from the sun. So here, we do have some tips for you. If you travel to Nalati's grassland, we have some tips for you. Firstly, the temperature difference here is really large. So you should prepare long-sleeved coats and trousers that are necessary during the visiting. And also, please remember to prepare several bottles of water if you are first here, because the local water here. All right, just now we have shared some tips and suggestions if you want to travel here. Firstly, you have to know that temperature difference is really large here, so you have to prepare enough long-sleeved coats and trousers. And also, we suggest you to prepare enough bottles of water, because if you are first visiting here, the local water is called selling alkaline water, selling alkaline water, so visitors might be hard to get accustomed to it. And also you should prepare a flashlight because it is hard for you to tell the directions in the evening. And also, like we said, like Kenny also said, the sun cream, some umbrellas or hats are really necessary. Like I am wearing, and Wuna is wearing, and Yono is also wearing hats to protect us from the sunburn. And also the safety needs to be paid more attention because one may easily if you drive or ride a horse out of designated areas. So if it's the first time for you to drive a horse, please pay attention to the safety and please follow the guidance of the local people. Shall we talk to that lady? 远一点. So she keeps telling us to don't get too close to the horses to keep ourselves safe. And we have oh, Jessie's also saying 你好 to those little horses. Oh, that's very nice of you. And oh, Kenny asked how many generation has lived in this location. I'll go to check with them later. How many generations? I'm not sure. Perhaps for generations they all live in on this grassland because this is actually home to them, to the Kazakh people. And Ranjit says very wonderful. This is actually really a wonderland for you to pay a visit to. And if you have the chance to visit Xinjiang, Nalati grassland is definitely the place that you shouldn't miss. And we have Jessie says, I have all these items already. Well, remember to bring them. 谢谢. You're welcome. And alright, I actually have a very little quiz for you, as we said that Kazakh ethnic group is also one of the ethnic minority groups here in China. But do you know which ethnic minority group has the largest population here in China? Because previously in our live streams we told you that China has 56 ethnic groups in total with 55 ethnic minority groups. So which ethnic minority group has the largest population? If you know the answer, don't hesitate to tell us in the comment area. And let me check any other comments from our friends on China Plus News, because we are doing this live stream simultaneously on China Plus America, China Plus South Africa, China Plus News, as well as CRI Learn Chinese. We'd love to receive as many comments as possible from you, and we'd love to answer your questions, because today we're visiting this very special ethnic group called Kazakh ethnic group here in Xinjiang in China. Because for people like me who lives in the inland areas, it's not really an easy thing for me to meet so many different people from different ethnic minority groups. So it's really an opportunity actually for us to meet all these wonderful people, to know a little bit about their history, their culture, and their stories. And let me check your comments here. I'd love to wait for those ladies to finish their work and then we can talk a little bit with them, because I'm really interested and curious about their work on milking the horses, because it's quite different as we did in the beginning. At the very beginning of our live stream, I did try to milk the cows, and for me it's really hard work. It's really hard to get the milk from the cows, and you cannot imagine how they can get the milk from the horses. So let's wait for those ladies to finish their work, then we can talk to them. While we are waiting, I'd also like to share some Kazakh customs with you. You know, the Kazakhs respect the elderly. It's quite similar to the Han people. Actually, they invite elderlies to eat and drink first. When they are having dinner together, the elderly sit down first, and then people sit around the table with legs crossed like we just did, and during the meal, the best meat shall be offered to the elder people first. And also, we have some don'ts for you if you visit Nalati grassland to make friends with those Kazakh people. The first is you should avoid counting the numbers of livestock while the owner is watching. You should avoid counting the number of the livestock while the owner is watching. It's not a good thing. And also, you should avoid stepping over a rope that is used to tie livestock. You should not step over the rope like this. You should not step over the rope that is used to tie the livestock. And also, you should avoid riding horses into the flocks. And you should avoid praising other people's children, and particularly don't say a child is fat. That is not a good thing. That would bring misfortune to the child. Right? Do you remember all these don'ts that if you visit? Why are they suddenly get angry? Is it because we get too close to them? Don't get angry. We're living right now. But they are everywhere. Okay. Right. Do you have any what do you think about the don'ts that I just shared with you if you visit the Kazakh people on the grassland? Keep walking. They're unhappy, but we don't know why. Maybe we just get too close. Oh, so we shall talk to the lady now. And she just finished milking the horses. 姐姐太辛苦了，又是挤牛奶，又是做酸奶疙瘩，又是挤马奶的。对，还要打羊毛。So I'm telling her that she's really hardworking. So we have this chance to talk to this hardworking lady. So if you have any questions about Kazakh people, you can actually ask in our comment area. I'll directly told her. 姐姐，我们想问一下，就是这个挤马奶有什么讲究吗？就是刚刚您说哈，就是6月份、7月份都是不一样的。话是大概多长时间挤一次？
半个小时。
半个小时。So in June you come to milk the horses every half an hour. 那之后呢？7月份1个小时。7月份每一个小时来挤一次。So in July you milk the horses every 1 hour. 那8月份呢？就是6、7、8、9 4个月份是挤马奶的月份是吗？ So actually it's the best season to get the horse milk is actually from June to September, but you can get different amount of horse milk in different months. Just now we said that in June you have to milk the horses every half an hour, and in July it's every 1 hour. 那8月份和9月份呢？8月份1个半小时是吗？就 So you get the milk 2个小时 So you get the milk every 1.5 hours in August, and you get the horse milk every 2 hours in September. 那就是咱们这些挤的马奶，然后可以做成什么？马奶子可以直接喝是吗？除了直接喝，还可以是这个可以喝，甜的这个是甜的。So the lady actually told me that the horse milk is sweet, but just now when I tried the horse milk, I think it's really really sour. 我刚刚在那个毡房里面尝的时候，我觉得是酸的。
那个以前发酵的嘛，
已经发酵过了，是不是？
那刚挤的甜的嘛。
So when you first got the horse milk, it's actually sweet. It's actually sweet. But when you have them fermented, it can get sour. 那就是做成酒的话是怎样？也是可以做成马奶酒吗？
不是
马奶子就是马奶是吗？其实不是酒吗？
不是酒。
Oh, I used to thought that they called that kind of drink 马奶子. That's a kind of alcohol, but she told me it's not. It's just the milk itself, but just after they ferment those milk, it can get sour than it usually be. All right, 谢谢姐姐，谢谢你忙吧。All right, what are they doing? It sounds really. 他们要跳舞了是吗？是要跳舞了吗？我们可以去看看吗？So the lady told me that they are going to have a dance party.
跳舞可以吗？
跳舞了 They're going to have a dance party. Let's take a look. All right. You know, Kazakh people, they're also famous for their singing and dancing. Hurry up. The sister is telling us to hurry up. You know, this is like really a good opportunity for us to know more about their culture. Oh. Shall we join them or something? Shall we join them or something? So do you want me to join them? Do you want me to join them? You can tell me in comments. Do you want me to join them? Alright, do you want me to join them? You can tell me in comments. Alright, while you are enjoying this beautiful dance, it's almost the end of our today's live stream. Thank you for staying thank you for spending time with us today. We have interesting and fantastic live stream today and every day during our 30 days trip in Xinjiang. So just stay tuned. We have a lot to share with you. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye bye. Enjoy the dance. See you next time.